everyone, welcome back to Handmade with me, Karen. So, who else has piles of tired old Halloween decorations just lying around? Today, I'm going to show you how to turn them into trendy farmhouse decor with just a little paint and some rope. Let's get started. First, we have this generic bright orange trick-or-treat bucket, and you guys, literally all it takes to bring it into 2019 is a coat of off-white spray paint. I'm just going to turn it around to the back so that we have a pumpkin rather than a jack-o'-lantern. And then to make it farmhouse, I'm hot gluing rope around the top and the bottom. Once that's on there, we're just going to fill up the pumpkin with jar fillers like marbles or beads, and then fill it with faux flowers in reds and oranges and yellows. And that's literally it. Can you believe that this used to be a cheap old trick-or-treat bucket? I love how this came out. This next one is so easy and the materials are so cheap. I'm literally just starting with sticks that I grabbed from the ground outside. Give them a coat of white paint, but don't cover the entire thing. Leave some of the original bark showing through to give it more of a rustic feel. While that dries, print out some bat shapes from the computer and cut them out. Trace them onto black paper and cut those out, making as many as you like. Then gently bend them in half to give them a little bit of dimension and use hot glue to glue them onto the sticks. And now you have a classy, subtle Halloween decoration that hardly cost anything to make. Okay, next. I got this sign at my local party store, and I liked it because of the burlap bow that it came with. But for now, I'm going to remove that so that we can repaint the sign. Begin by painting it black and letting it dry. Then we're going to add some texture by mixing up a brownish gray color and using a dry brush to very lightly add some weathering. Try not to have too much paint on the brush. The more subtle your texture is, the better it'll look. Repeat that with another slightly lighter shade of the gray color. And then go back over it with the black using the same dry brush technique, and that's how you get a convincing weathered effect using just a bit of paint. Okay, so now you can either freehand your new design onto the sign, or you can make a design on the computer and print it out. To transfer it onto the sign, color on the back with a pencil, then tape it into place and draw around all of the outlines with your pencil. It's hard to see on camera, but when we remove the paper, the design has been transferred onto the sign. Just use white paint to fill it in. Once that's dry, let's bring back our burlap ribbon, which looks a little sad right now, but here's a little craft hack. You can straighten out the ribbon using a hair straightener. Just run it through a few times and it's already looking way better. Glue it back into a ribbon shape and you can see that it looks so much more professional now. Glue that back onto the sign and then add some twine to hang it up. And we have transformed this sign from a generic decoration from the party store to a custom piece of farmhouse wall art. So some of you might be wondering about this candelabra, and this is also something that I picked up at the party store. Just like the sign, we can transform it with a few coats of paint. I started with black paint to even it all out, and then I did a coat of a lighter brown color and then 2 coats of white on top of that. Once it was completely dry, I grabbed a piece of sandpaper to sand down the edges and make it look more rustic and vintage. So the idea was that you would see the different colors of paint the more or less I sanded, but I think I pretty much only sanded down to the original color. So if you do this, you could probably get away with just painting it white instead of all those different colors first. But anyway, I think that's looking pretty good, but we definitely have to do something about these tacky blood candles. The farmhouse style is all about mixing different neutrals, so I painted them an off-white color, and I think that looks so good. It definitely looks more expensive than the $15 I paid for it, and again, it's a subtle Halloween decoration without being so in your face. Alright, finally, I have one more project for you. I saw these online and I thought they were so cute. We're going to be painting jack-o'-lanterns onto wood rounds. You can get wood rounds like these at any craft store, so just paint the center of them white, keeping the edges kind of loose and organic. Then either freehand your design or print it out from the computer and transfer it with a pencil, just like we did before. Use some black paint to carefully fill it in. If you do a design like this cat, you're pretty much done once it's dry. But for a pumpkin, an optional step to finish it off is to cut 2 small pieces of rope and glue them together. Then glue them to the top of the wood round to make a stem. Use some string to hide the glue and the seam, and that's it. It's so easy, and you can definitely customize these to any designs you want to make. So that's how I turned these cheap, tired decorations into the farmhouse Halloween display of my dreams. I also painted some faux pumpkins with more muted orange colors, and I filled out the display with other decorations that I already had in neutral colors and organic textures. I love how all of the Halloween touches are a little more subtle, but they're definitely there when you look closely. So I would love to know in a comment which project was your favorite. If you want to learn how to make the plaid jar that I used, I actually made that here on Handmade last year. And I also made the fireplace itself out of cardboard, so I'll link both of those videos right down below. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.